you hold. Now I need you to rip this hook and get out. Right, you're trying to create that separation of like 10 feet. We're making it 5 feet. All right, so again, rip that.
Chris has been doing a great job of going out. That's what Chris does. Chris just gives. One of us was on the schedule and the other guy wasn't. I think it was Chris's birthday. Big one today, boys. We're going to work on 50-50s. It's Chris's birthday today. So when
you guys are close.
I know, when he's talking in the stretch circle, we're going to overtime sell it. It's Chris's birthday. We're going to talk about all the little things that go into one simple move, right? Stick handling with our feet, hands in front, shoulders dropping, head dropping, hips dropping, driving off our inside edge stack, hitting crossovers. Chris, you got anything?
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing, even on the Thursday night games, is we're doing this.
Birthday boy! Here we go, 4 lines, goal line down here.
Oh, you guys are sick. I can't wait to put every single one of you through your reps.
You know, he comes out and it's like, before I even really got to process it, I'm like, man, Chris and I get to run an hour today. Like that fires me up because we don't get the chance. Like when we opened, it was Chris in the morning, me at night, vice versa. And now here we are, we got all these top high-level guys. And, you know, I want to talk about running 50-50s and creating the shiftiness. And like, there's points in the hour where, you know, I'm going to Chris, I'm like, what are you seeing? He's like, you know, the hands aren't right. Might be short. His hands are killing him. Joe, your hands are here. Like you're creating a 50-50 with everything but your hands. Okay. Right? Like if your hands are this side, if you want to pull to your backhand, it's so long, he's going to have time to poke check, which he did. And then if you want to stay forehand, he's already set up to take your forehand.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I got it.
Well, when that puck's in tight too, they feel like they got to be choppy with their feet. The what? When they get their hands out, everything becomes longer.
All right, we're going to switch sides. Make that point for me. Every time you come out of that inside edge, I want a crossover. What I don't want is a crossover in the 50-50. But what we're looking to do is go inside edge, explode crossover up the ice. Inside, explode, inside.
Working relationship with Mr. Larry Barretta. A lot of words could go into this one. Since day one, it was really unknown. You know, we, started this from scratch, and it's not like we were best friends growing up or we just knew each other through the grapevine, right? His work ethic, knowing the grind that he had after school and starting his own hockey school, hockey training, and the way he went about that, I think just spoke volumes into what I was about to jump into with him. Hands off our body.
Yes.
Right, when our hands are in tight, our feet can't move in length. Right, so when we extend our hands off our body, now I can push longer, drive longer, and create that power that I'm looking for. Long strides, long legs, everything needs to be longer. Ready? Yep.
Here we go. To be able to work with Chris on the ice like that, to be able to work with Chris at the level that he played at, for me as a coach in itself is huge. Because I get to put out some things, some thoughts, some opinions, and then he's like, yeah, no, absolutely. And then he'll try something, he'll be like, yeah, that's a great point. And then like he'll always like, I wish I knew that when I was playing. It's like, but that's the best part of coaching is like the things that you couldn't get, you now get to pass down. So to share the ice with him and, bring that energy with each other, like, I know it was his birthday, but it was a great birthday present for me as well, and I hope he thought the same way, and I'm sure he did feel the same way about that hour. Bring your forehand side. We need to push it where we have our hands in front of us. So not only are my feet going to give me left and right option, but my hands, my shoulders, my chest, everything's giving me 50-50. So we're going to do it again, but this time you're going to ride your inside edge. When you ride your inside edge, I want your hands in front of you. This is wrong because my stick's next to me. This is what I want. And look at my posture. Look at my body language. Inside edge, riding the inside edge with my shoulders, chest out. Cut it down again, same thing. This guy's got the puck, this guy's D on him. He drives wide, he cuts back. He can cut back 900 times. But the idea is to separate to create a 50-50 on him down low.
Gotcha. Does he have to hit the brakes, or can he take them?
He can tight turn, he can take them, he can do whatever.
He needs to cut back once, I would say.
But
our working relationship as a whole has just kind of seamlessly grown throughout the past 4 years. I think there's things that he's strong at that maybe I'm a little bit weaker at, and vice versa. And I think that's where we pick each other up. He brings a lot of great ideas, and I kind of channel them and put them into, you know, the right path, the right direction. But his energy day in and day out, I mean, I look at the biggest thing that he's kind of brought to the table in the past, year was the Learn to Play program. And he's a kid at heart, and it's kind of just grown amazingly, over the past year with him at the head of it. And it's been an absolute joy to see him, the way that he interacts with, the younger kids versus, maybe our college or junior guys, and to be able to turn that switch is a huge skill.
we're on the same level with things that we do day to day, but I still look up to him. Really cool for me. Like I said, he motivates me. He makes me want to be better. And he says that all the time about bringing guys on. He's like, I want to surround myself around the people that are going to make me better, that I want around my kids and my family. His dad, Marty, said it one time, I'll never forget it. We were in his kitchen, and Marty goes, how did you two goofballs come together to create this?
Good job, boys.
Treat, you got to get in the way of that one.
Good job, boys.
Good job, buddy. Yeah? You just give yourself that?
Yeah, you're
roll!
back, right?
Good job, boys. Way to work. Good job. Stop, drop, and roll! Stop, drop, and roll! Good job, brother. Way to work.
At least you're winning something here.
I've seen huge growth in the gym, not just our athletes, trainers as well. It's great seeing everyone from year to year grow, whether that's as an athlete on the ice or even just everyday maturity in life. Gather yourself.
Should I do that? Should I do those again?
Do it again, yep. Little bounce forward, absorb that force, get in the next one.
Bob is an absolute workhorse. Being able to open up another gym over at the campus was huge to still have that one-stop shop over there. And when we did that, we had nothing but belief that Bob was going to turn that gym upside down and get rolling right away for us during the summer. And it's been amazing to have.
Go in. Good, not bad.
Get that from her?
Huh?
I get that.
A little high. How'd it feel?
I got it off.
Yeah.
Push.
Easy. The program just keeps getting better and better. I think the product speaks for itself. Our programs are just elevating, whether it's a new staff coming on, whether it's new things that we've learned over each year and applying them into our programs. I see a lot of them always on the ice, where our off ice is where a lot of this is going to be built to make them a better athlete. I want to give these athletes the best product that I can.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of guys, they get stronger. I'll coach guys, they don't get stronger, their movements just get better.
Yeah.
Push your hips forward, keep your upper back tight.
Bob's been here from the beginning. Every single day he's brought value. He's pushing every person he works with in the gym. He's pushing himself outside of the gym. I mean, you see the product in his boxing. You see the product in his gym training. It's next level. Beyond blessed to be able to have a guy like Bob.
Push. There you go in.
My name's Andrew McCook. I've been at Elite Edge for a little over a year now. I'm one of the strength coaches on the staff for Elite Edge.
Having Andrew a part of this team was huge for us, especially coming in the summer series this year. He's made enormous jumps in his strength and conditioning career, from getting ready to start teaching TPI, being able to handle things on his own, programming, also interacting with our athletes. I believe that's a big component when it comes to strength coaches, is being able to relate to the athletes. Andrew does a phenomenal job of that. And I know us as a team, we can't be more than happier with the growth of Andrew right now.
I feel like coming into it, I was a little bit hesitant with training the athletes, especially having a guy like Bob around who's been in the game for a long time. And for me being a little bit on the younger side, trying to build that relationship with the kids a little bit differently than Bob. Instead of being more of a aggressive coach, trying to be more of their friend while trying to help the athletes get better every single day, on and off the ice.
Andrew's still a young pup at heart, and I think for him, he's really shown growth over the past year. He's really grown into his own, taking charge of the gym, taking control, and I'm looking forward to this upcoming year with him and everything that has going on with PHA as well.
The growth of these kids has been unreal. You could see the maturity level that a lot of these kids have grown over the past year and a half. I can definitely see this summer that the kids that are going into high school that are definitely taking this summer a lot more seriously. They understand that the gym is a major key in their development as a hockey player.
Andrew's been a huge piece of the team since he's joined the gym. He's brought a different element. He's definitely the younger guy of the group, but his energy and his connecting with the guys has been a huge piece of this team, and we're looking forward to grow with Andrew throughout his personal training career.
Every day's a party in here. The gym is a lot of fun. That's the way I like it. That's the way I know these kids like it. They understand that they're here to work, but with the music blasting, with the kids getting all excited, playing games, competing, and then also coming in, working super hard, it makes the environment super fun. The development here is only going to help them on the development on the ice.
We have a field trip. We're trying to get into the field trip world to find new hockey players, and we started reaching out to some schools and doing field trips with them, where they get to come in, they get to learn what the Zamboni does, how to skate. We let them try skating. We show them a skate sharpening, what that does. They get to come through the gym, through the boxing, and they get to see how we work as a facility. And our plan is to, one, be a part of the community, give them something new, something different. But ultimately, we are here to grow the sport of hockey. We have a mini rink, so it's built perfectly for these young kids. It's an easy, welcoming environment. A 4 or 5-year-old gets to walk in here and his eyes light up, and he loved leaning on his inside edge, and now he wants to be a part of our program. Like, you can't ask for anything better than that. Stay with it, leave it. Okay, so we don't typically do dodgeball on battle days, but because you guys want me to hit you with the dodgeball, I'll do that. But we'll only do it for 5 minutes. How it works, Arona, is what we do is we skate around. If you know who's taking my game? Got ya. Oh, got you, Nora. I'm the coolest coach here, just so you know, okay? Brett, good job.
I think the Learn to Play program, being able to have, that first interaction, their first hockey experience, how is that going to kind of mold that player and that next generation of players? I think it's great that we've started it, because I've spoken to a lot of coaches. It starts with discipline, and then the rest kind of takes care of itself. And I think that's just been a part of the culture inside of our building, is that we're going to hold you accountable.
How many knees are we on? Very good. Stay on one knee. On one knee shows me you guys are paying attention.
I think when we talk about the culture in the building and the discipline that we try to instill, whether you're a 6-year-old or a college guy coming into the building, it's kind of the same, but it's how do you deliver that message?
How many knees are we on? One knee. Are we slouching over or are we sitting up? We're sitting up. Where are your eyeballs?
On my eyeballs.
On my eyeballs.
There's that line of having fun and enjoying what we're doing, but we're gonna try to get as much out of you as possible.
We're on our flats. These are your flats, okay? But now I want you to stand like a duck and make a V with your feet. Right? Don't help him, Nicholas. Don't help him. He's going to do it himself. I call him Gio.
I'm Nick Giannopoulos. They all call me Gino. I cut ice and I run Learn to Play and Learn to Skate.
Gio's been a part of the building since we opened up in January of 2021. As you get to know Gio through the years and you find out what an incredible kid he is. And then when Connor Freeman unfortunately decided to leave us to get a college education, which to this day Chris and I can't understand, we needed somebody to fill that. And that's sort of the thing that we want to do moving forward, is finding a senior who wants to be the ZAM driver and be a part of the Learn to Play, Learn to Skate programs, and that was Gio this year. And he has done unbelievable. It's so cool to see how he has come from taking lessons from us to wanting to be a part of our team from a Zamboni helping out standpoint to jumping in and just being incredible with the kids. He knows all their names. He, picks them up when they falls down. Just today, I think it was, he asked me, he said, "Did Max get my one snipe against the 5-year-olds?" Yeah, I dangled this kid and I went in and I rang it off the bar.
I was actually about to ask you that.
Yeah. And I started to laugh to myself because that's exactly what I would do. For Gio, it's just been unbelievable. And you talk about somebody that's got initiative. That's the guy right there. And go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. One knee, shoulders up, no pushers, no pushers. Good, this is what I like to see. But before we do that, we have to do some of our favorite drills. All right, and then I want us to work on shibba jibba jibba. That was so good. That was so good. Very, 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 very good.
We're down in Avalon with probably 8 of my closest buddies. And I think the coolest thing is, we probably knew each other since we were 12 or 13 years old. And hate to say it, I'm 32, turning 33. That's, 20 years of friendship. A lot of states covered, a lot of countries covered, and the relationship has always been there. Whether I see them once a week, once a month, once a year, we, pick up right where we left off. They're a huge part of my life, and it started from 12, 13 years old, and that's what, I want for all the guys in our summer series. I want them to have those relationships. I want them to grow up with these guys and care about, them as much as I do my buddies.
The boys. The boys are coming. Alex Pascal, great kid. Adam Schmidt, Chad, Zig, Dupel. All guys that he played with, they trained together, they played together, they lived together. I mean, we joke now, they did really everything together. It was a family unit. I followed their careers, and they're all coming back now that they're married. Some of them kids. It's and I would say they wouldn't be the men they are without hockey and the relationship and the way his business is running and the way the rink is. It's that, like, you hear people and. I was out and I told him, someone said, "Oh, their son trains with you," and they talk about how much of a family atmosphere it is.
Because if I don't have a collar, they'll kick me off the island. They'll kick me off the island.
I gotta look good.
This
I'm on
guy,
TV again.
look at him. Look at him. He's the man. God, I love him.
Luckily, my dad didn't have a beach house back in the day, or we probably wouldn't have the relationship that we still do, because I would have absolutely terrorized that place.
Yeah, I just think the cool part is where we're at now, right? It's like, we went through everything, and like I think the original question was like the social life. Like we were each other's social life. Right? Like we didn't do anything. It was all together. We all operated in like groups of 8 to 10 to 12, and like you knew you always had something to do. And then like translated to like 10. We all go to different colleges, different whatever, and then all of a sudden everybody's in each other's weddings, and it's like baby. It's like I don't know. That's probably the coolest part.
We became friends quickly. Our dads and ourselves traveled together to a tournament in like I don't know where it's Connecticut or something. We stayed in a hotel room together for the first time. I didn't know him that well at the time, and at that time we're aging ourselves, but there was tech decks were popular back then. These little skateboards you use with your fingers. So Chris and I were playing in the room all day long, like just tech deck, and we had these little ramps we're like firing up in the air, right? And we get on the bench in the middle of the game. We're losing some game. We're playing terrible, and Jerry's always wired. I don't know if it was me or you. One of us was like, "Dude, I can't wait to get home and play tech decks. My ramp's falling apart. We'll fix this end and like we'll make it all work." And Jerry looks at us and just pulls both of us. He goes, "Both of you, get over there, get your street clothes on." So we got, in the middle of the game, sent across the ice, had to get off the ice for no reason at all, put on our street clothes, walk back on the bench, and watch the rest of the game.
So when we played for Minutemen, I just think this was the first year. Chris was a 91 playing with the older guys, and he came down with the 91s to create our team. So we did the Jerry Domer summer camps, and when we would mess up, he would either have us do board hops back and forth, but a lot of the times when we did it, he had us get a piece of paper, and we had to write our name and what we did. So Jerry Domish had Chris, he had everybody do it, but Chris did it, and he said, Chris had to say, "My name is Chris McCarthy, and I will not do so with blah, 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 blah." Like pass the puck to the middle of the ice, whatever. So we all did it, handed it in, Chris hands his in. We get back in the locker room for the next practice. Jerry comes in with like the piece of paper, and he's like, "McCarthy, come here. Chris did this assignment from Jerry. He spelled his name wrong."
So we're traveling to Sacred Heart. I went to Holy Cross. We're in the same division in Atlantic hockey. Within the first 5 minutes of the game, I'm going up the wall in front of their bench. I make a little fake, and Chad's back checking on me. I stop. I get drilled from behind, like head first into the wall.
No breaks. No breaks.
I send it full down. My arms are up. I get up. I climb up on the bench. I'm like looking at the bench. And I'm like, "Was that Chad?" Because the whole team's like, "Yep, sure was."
It's awesome to be able to go down, over a long weekend, catch up, and just really relax and get away from all the chaos. The game has given me so much in the sense of friendships, family, travel, a career, and to not, kind of pass that forward would be, not fair in my eyes.
There's this beach house that my parents bought a few years ago and has honestly changed our lives for the better. Growing up, when we would go on vacation, we had 1 week in the Outer Banks and somebody was getting mad at somebody and it was going to be a fight, and how many times Dad threatened to pack up the minivan.
Look,
All right, guys.
Oh, here we go.
We have 15 minutes because we've never went more than 15 minutes together without a fight.
I guess it's a little different now because when we fight, you just pack the car and drive home 2 hours and then you'll see them next weekend.
So we got the beach house in 2019.
But it didn't look like this.
Yeah.
So the only real productive thing that my sister Nicole has done is marry a contractor. And he's done a lot of the work.
So the first thing we had to put in for Daddy was the outdoor shower.
The outdoor shower.
The next thing. The next thing was the bathroom, because you would hit your knee if you're on the toilet.
I paid for this house. I asked for one thing to be purple. I have a chair. We're on South Street, and it was
Doing what?
Saturday night dead. They asked us to come and hold the woman that hosted the show, and then we were done. They said wave to the camera, so you got to go one hand first, and then you got to see it. Yeah. For all the roofing acts that think it's the greatest thing ever, you got to go to one hand and then join in the two, and it's all good. And now they made their whole life. For the next 40 years, they're covered. I got to show everybody I call them pounds because I'm junior, and LJ's actually the third. So his initials are LBS. We call him pounds. But his workout, he doesn't do the treadmill, but his bike, his rower, this is. I mean, he's from South Philly, so like this is how he grew up working out. And then he's got a TV, and we would get like random text messages before he could figure out the streaming service, like, "Don't mess with the TV. I can't watch my ESPN." Like he's watching soccer right now. "I can't watch my soccer match while I'm working out." So, if you guys want to know where I get I think how Sash put it, off the rails guy, like it comes from him. He's a nut.
Larry needed a schedule. He always needed to be on. If he didn't have a schedule, then it was bad. Then he would get himself in trouble. If you weren't playing a sport, you were working. You always had to have something to do. And you had to follow the schedule. If you didn't follow the schedule, then you didn't do good.
I didn't play Division I, like I said before, but Nicole played Division I at Temple for lacrosse and then went to Stony Brook for her 5th year. Victoria won a national championship at Maryland.
In 2019.
Played there. Was that 2019?
Yeah, and that's when Nicole and her played together.
They played against each other in the NCAA tournament, and then James was playing. He played D3 at Arcadia. That started at Immaculata, transferred to Arcadia. So there are NCAA athletes in the house.
They're just girls.
Not myself. Yeah.
He's a good big brother.
I don't know if we'll get the same from when they get out here. I get a different answer.
He picks on them a little bit.
Fun fact, Larry's hat says juice poo. Just so everyone knows.
And what's it like being Larry's little brother?
Honestly.
Honestly.
Oh, it's awesome. The things growing up was interesting.
I said
bullied
he's
me
the
a
most
lot.
like stereotypical big brother. Like,
Yeah,
scary.
he would beat me up.
How was it growing up with Larry as a brother?
Honestly?
Yes.
When Larry would invite us out to like do something with him, it was the coolest thing ever because it's like your big brother. I think he's been our biggest supporter in a lot of things, but a lot of things around sports, obviously. He's Larry.
It's about Tuesday in the afternoon. You get the call from Dad. We were plans this weekend.
Yeah.
You coming down? You coming down?
What the beach house means is all my kids come down every weekend. So I get my kids down here every weekend. So if you want your kids to come visit you, you need a beach house.
We had a poker
Sorry.
house, but that wasn't doing it. It was the beach house.
No, it was the beach house. Ours?
What's up, kid?
Can we go to the beach?
We'll go to the beach in a minute. Yeah.